Hello everyone, I'm so glad you're here. Today I've got a special treat. I'm going to be reviewing Living Harmonies by Thistle and Biscuits. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since we've made a video because school had started. We've been taking it super slow and we're finally just really settling into our rhythm. So it's time to start our videos back up. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Joanna. This is How We School. I am a homeschool mom to a 10-year-old. And I have two adult children. They are 22 and 24. Today, as I said, I'm going to be reviewing Living Harmonies by Thistle and Biscuits. I did receive this as a complimentary product through Melanated Gold Squad. And I will say, I'm super excited to share it with you guys. I really am looking forward to using this through the rest of the year. I will also say, disclaimer here, I happen to love all Thistle and Biscuit products. I think their work is great. I love that they, watercolor their own artwork. I am a sucker for curriculum or products where the work has been watercolored or painted or hand-drawn. So I really appreciate that. And you can also just feel all the love and work they've put into this curriculum. So I'm super excited. We're only still on the first not lesson, but genre. So with Living Harmonies, you'll be studying 10 different musical genres throughout the year. It turns out to be about one a month, but you can also just double up and do 2 a month and you'd be done halfway through the school year if you wanted to. It's super simple to do that. I did print everything out, but you do want to save the PDF because it does have links that you want, the hyperlinks you want to click on to watch videos that they have put on there for you and links that they've attached to the curriculum. I'm not going to show the links today, but I will show you where, like on the printable, you would have clicked on the PDF to get to those links. So as I said, I'm super excited. I'm absolutely in love with this. The amazing original artwork that they have made for these. Isn't that gorgeous? So, and I will say we have tried other music studies, and a lot of the time they've all just been classical, and it's nothing wrong with that at all. Another wonderful genre of music, but it's just that only classical. So I am wanting my son to have a more diverse view of music, and I think that this totally hits it on the head with that. You're traveling the world through different genres of music, it feels like. And it is such a great way to bring different genres to your home and to your kids. And like I said, there's 10 genres in here. And so I'm gonna flip the camera over to show you guys what's in here, how we're using it, and of course how you can use it. And as I said, we are using this year. This is our music study. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's great. It is aimed for the 9 to 14-year-old age range, but you can totally use it with your younger ones right along, and even high schoolers. I can see you using it. They can totally do some research on it, find books, look up more artists. I think it's wonderful for the whole family, but it is made for the 9 to 14-year-old age range. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera over so I can let you guys see inside the curriculum, the student workbook, and the 3-part Montessori cards. All right, hold on while I flip the camera over. Okay, now we've got the camera flipped around and I'm going to show you inside. First, we're gonna start with the actual curriculum. So this is the Living Harmonies curriculum. You have your table of contents. The first thing you'll have is your introduction, and then this is broken up into 3 terms. As I said, you will be studying 10 different genres of music. You have flamenco, jazz, tarab, I hope I said that right, and then you have a flamenco and jazz fusion. Then you have Gamelan, I hope I said that right, Armenian folk music, Hugaku, and Appalachian music. You'll have global fusions, musical theater, cumbia, and Scandinavian folk, and then you'll have your conclusion to your Living Harmonies curriculum, which I really appreciate, having a conclusion at the end of the curriculum for the child to sort of go over what they've studied this year. Then in the back of the curriculum, you have your book list, and some information about the authors of this wonderful curriculum, which are Betsy and Tim, and they've done an amazing job. As I said, all their original artwork and just the love and caring you can feel put into this. I absolutely love it. Why we study genres. I am not going to read this whole thing, but I have to read to you guys the first paragraph because it is pretty much what I've been feeling and why I knew that this curriculum was going to be amazing for us. And then when you see inside the ease of each lesson, you'll see why I absolutely love this. It continues with my feeling of slow for this year. It doesn't feel like a lot of pressure. It doesn't feel like too much busy work or just something extra thrown in. It is so wonderfully done and so easy to incorporate. So let me explain. Let me read this first paragraph, and you'll see it just really honed in on a lot of what I was feeling and why I was so excited to use this. Okay, we wrote this study guided by the question, what can music be? In order to develop a broad appreciation of music, we want our students to encounter a wide range of styles, including several that were disregarded or completely displaced by Western classical and pop music in the past 2 centuries. As we study a diverse, multicultural response to that guiding question, we are able to foster a too narrow understanding of what great music is. We want to be able to recognize the greatness of music beyond the limits of the music we each hear in our own cultural context. This is exactly what I want. I want diverse, I want a wide range of music for my child, which is why sometimes just studying classical didn't work for us. It also, I do enjoy studying classical, but growing up, I didn't hear classical music. So I do enjoy learning about it because it is something different for me. But I also want my child to have a wide range and an appreciation for all music. So I just really identified very well with what they said here and why we study the genres. Here you have your page about the curriculum. It lets you know it is you'll be studying 10 different musical genres. Sorry, my camera keeps moving. It is a year-long curriculum. There is a total of 34 lessons, but of course you can double this, triple it a week, whatever works for you. If you want to do one genre in 1 week, because that works for your family, you'll be obviously done very quickly, or you can just double. But it is meant for 1 lesson per week. There is a student workbook. There are some Montessori 3-part cards that you can use. As I said, this was developed for the 19 to 14-year-old age range, but with the Montessori cards, you can use them with the younger kids. With older, maybe high school students, you can totally have them dig in deeper into each genre. I absolutely love this curriculum, as you can tell, and I think we will really enjoy it. And I actually hope they come out with another one with another 10 genres. They're talking to you about the hyperlinks that you're going to see throughout the curriculum, the workbook, the Montessori flashcards, and the book list. And then you enter your lessons. And the first lesson is the first page is your introduction. And I absolutely love this. What is a genre? It is defined. Great use of vocabulary word right there. You have your definition. Then they have a little exercise, which is super fun. You're gonna look at the differences between genres. So you're gonna look up, these are the hyperlinks. So this is why, again, you need to keep your PDF. The hyperlinks, and you're gonna look at, you're gonna listen to the song, You Are My Sunshine, and how it sounds across a few different genres. And then you're gonna notice the differences in playing styles and instruments that each genre brings to the same song. Absolutely love that exercise. And then it continues on with more about the introduction of, into the genres of music. Your first genre you'll be studying is flamenco. And it pretty much is just like this through each of the genres. You have flamenco. So this is your first lesson. You look in here, all these that are underlined, these are your hyperlinks that you would click on. How we do it, I like to have these already open on my laptop. I have all the tabs open, and we go through, so it is ready to go when we are doing our lesson. Lesson 1. And then lesson 2, your components of flamenco music. You can see why you need to have all those hyperlinks ready to go, quite a few. Your flamenco musicians would be your next lesson. And as you can see, this is why you can totally do it so easily once a week. very easy to put in, and it is just so much fun. It is tons of fun. We're really enjoying this. And then you would move on to your next one, and you're gonna see this is jazz, pretty much the same. Your first lesson is on jazz. Then you have your components of jazz. Then you have your jazz musicians, and then you move on. Super simple. I believe 3 lessons for each genre. And that is how that continues. I probably should have tabbed this, but there is a book list back here that I'm going to get to. There it is. Of course, I didn't tab it. Here's your book list. And for each one, of course, on some, you're gonna see it is really difficult to find books on some of these genres. So you have your book lists, and then you have your About Us, which is about Betsy and Tim. And then of course, they are thanking everyone, all the consultants that helped them writing, editing, and preparing the study. And you can tell that they really took their time with this, and the respectfulness of each genre and just the way everything was done is just absolutely beautiful. I can't recommend this one enough. I really cannot. I think it works well for all families because you can truly tailor it to whatever learning type your child, learning style, sorry, your child uses best. Okay, so this is the student workbook. I'm gonna have this in a 3-prong folder. You have this workbook belongs to, and then they also have the same table of contents that you have in the curriculum. And my favorite, I printed out multiple of these. We will at the end, when we do our conclusion of the whole curriculum, I will have him try to remember where each genre originated from. But I have printed one out for each lesson, not for each lesson, I'm sorry, for each genre, because I just love maps. I absolutely love them. And so with each, sorry, there's an introduction about your child. So I really absolutely love that your child is looking at themselves first and what they know about music. But okay, here's your introduction to flamenco, which is the first lesson. So with each lesson, with each genre, sorry, I'm going to have this there so they can mark it. So it will be its own map for each genre. That's not how they have it, but that's how I'm using it. So, sorry, let me backtrack now. Okay, so it comes with a map. Absolutely love that. Then you have an introduction about your child, some of their favorite songs, genres that they're going to, genres are going to guide our musical studies this year. So let's make sure we get a pretty good idea what they are. Can you describe what genre is in your own words? So absolutely love this. This is what you would do after the introduction in the curriculum. Then this is the page you would do after you've done the introduction to flamenco in the curriculum and have clicked on all the hyperlinks and done all of that. This is what you're gonna fill out. Super simple. That's the next one, next lesson, and your third lesson, and then you move on to jazz. And as I said, I will have a map printed out for each one. And it's 3 lessons per, and there you go. So it continues on that way. And then you'll have your conclusion at the end. Let me get to that one. Here's your conclusion. And I love that because the children can really come in and reflect on what they've learned this past year through the different genres of music. And I said I wouldn't make this video too long, but here I am just chatting away because I really want you to look inside because I absolutely love it. So next thing they have are the 3-part, here's the, I only have the flamenco cut out because that's where we are, 3-part Montessori style cards. I have these cut out, the first ones. These were the musical instruments for the flamenco. And I pulled these out. This is just like a cover card. It says Living Harmony, 3-part cards, if you want to store them together and know what those cards belong to. I am going to give my child a blank page. They will glue this down and they're just going to write a little bit about the instrument. They will look it up. And that's how I'm going to use these. Of course, if you have younger kids, you can use them as the 3-part cards so they can try to put the, this is their control card. They'll have their picture and then they'll try to label it with the correct name. I absolutely love these. And as I said, I'm gonna actually make him, not make him, hopefully he'll want to glue these down on a page and write a little bit about each instrument, and or even how it sounded, how he felt when he heard it, whatever it is he wants to write on each instrument. That's how we're going to use this. And of course, from the book list, we've gotten Lola's Fandango. The book list, as I said, is great. It's got, it's a wonderful resource. Of course, like I said, there aren't always that many books for each genre, but if you find any more, I'm sure they'd love to know. All right, so that is my review on Living Harmonies. As I said, I think it is wonderful for families. It is wonderful for us where we're only homeschooling one child. This is such a great music study. I am absolutely loving it, and the fact that we're going to experience 10 different genres of music this year, I love it. And like I said, I actually hope they come out with another one so that next year we can continue on. All right, thank you all so much for stopping and watching our video. I'm going to link below in the description box a link to Thistle and Biscuits, Living Harmonies. I'm also going to put a link for Melanated Gold Review Squad so you can see what our other members think of this curriculum, because obviously different families, different things, but I personally love it. As I said, the artwork, the love poured into this that you can feel. This is our music study for this year, and I'm so glad to have received it to review for you all, and I hope you all enjoyed this review. All right, have a wonderful day.